Hello everyone. Give me just a moment. I am running just a couple minutes late. I'm grabbing my headphones and plugging them in. I am running just grabbed my my Boozahol, which is just in time because Luli redeemed Boozinate. Hello Luli, and Bo is first. Uh-oh, Shipwreck missed it. Mwahahaha. All right, just a moment here. Uh-oh, Shipwreck missed it. Mwahahaha. Oh, there's an echo. Hold on, let me mute that. There we go. 2 Dans, yes. Sometimes it unmutes my my little stream preview when I do it. Now that I've plugged in my headphones, I can hear. Wahaha! Okay, there we go. You guys just got an overdose of Dan, so I'd say I'm sorry, but that's like an overdose of awesome. So, all right, let me. I just got a couple things real quick. I gotta resize my window, so I got windowed full screen, and here we go. I think I'm actually ready to go. Let's do this. Alright, starting soon screen. You are gone. 2DM sounds just as good as 1. More like twice as good. Alright, so let's jump right into our save game. Where we left it last week, we were just about to be able to rescue Issa Kerman, redeemed by our friend Issa. And also, the next big thing coming up, the next 2 things are launched to, I think it was Elu, the farthest planet out, and also our Rendezvous with our first ever Comet. So let's do the Boozinate first, now that we're in. So yes, I was grabbing some things, and also we got a bunch of people lined up over here, and some more waiting for their ride. That's what I was doing before the stream started. It was taking a lot longer than I thought. We're gathering everyone together for a memorial service for Kaley Kerman. Lily says, I'm still clueless about this game. That is okay. Sometimes it seems I'm clueless about this game. Alright, let's do the Boozinate, and then I'll fill us in on where we're at. I've got my geologic timescale glass here today. It barely has enough room, so I gotta pour carefully. There we go. Mercenary double IPA from Odell Brewing in Fort Collins, Colorado. Lily says you make it sound fun at least. Well, that's good. That's my main goal. I'm no space expert or anything, but as long as I can make space fun. So yeah, it's nighttime right now, and we are 1.5 hours away from when we need to pay attention to the 2 fingers of foam, Dan. Yes. There was just enough room for that much foam, and I poured more carefully than that, so there wasn't that much foam, but but yes. So yeah, we're 1.5 hours away from when we need to go pay attention to our rescue vehicle, which is on its way to pick up Kaley Kerman. Not Kaley Kerman. Kaley Kerman died. Issa Kerman, who is in orbit of Minmus, the second moon of this planet, Kerbal. So, for those of you who are new to this game, aka clueless like I am, so basically we are exploring a very small solar system and gathering scientific information, and also running a space agency, which requires funding, which we actually have now. We are beyond our destitute days, and we have 3.3 million pesos. The official name for the money in the game is funds, which I thought was pretty boring, and since it's a space game, and the studio that makes it is from Mexico, I feel that's a missed opportunity, so I call them Spaceos. So yeah. And we have been gathering quite a crew because it's very expensive to hire crew, but if you accept rescue contracts from other agencies, which is what we're doing with Issa Kerman right now, and a few others, Spaceos, yes. Then you not only get a Kerbal for free, but you get paid for doing the rescue. So that's why all of our Kerbals that we've gotten have been from rescues, and most of the recent ones, all of the recent ones in fact, have been redeemed from viewers, and so they have names such as Jordan, Oscar, which is Elric's cat. Yeah, they're real close together. Let's get close. Yeah, we've got Oscar, we've got Dan Bear Piglet, another one redeemed by Elric. Elon Musk was redeemed by Twiglet. Burke was redeemed by Shipwreck. Captain Kung Bull Spacey Kerman was redeemed by King Kong. Deer Sage, that's another one redeemed by Elric. Elric's whole family is in this game, basically. The the ones that I have lost, we have memorial flags up, and I don't think they're visible from this view, but yeah, we have memorial flags for 3 that were lost very early on an experimental re-entry. Gotta go, says Lily. So I'm assuming you don't want to name the Kerbal I gotta go, but do you, or I gotta, oh, you've gotta, lol, okay. A Kerbal, those are our astronauts. I'll show you them in just a moment. But do you want it named Luli Kerman, I assume? And you have 3 options for profession. There could be a pilot, a scientist, or an engineer. And I'll need to edit the save game file to put them in there. So that will mean that they will be rescued on a future stream. But Raider, welcome with the first but not really. And let's look at these Kerbals here. Let's look at these ones waiting for their ride. In fact, I'm going to move them and start them up from somewhere else here in a minute, actually. Welcome, Raider. Good to see you here. Yeah, these are our Kerbals. So, and they don't usually come with the facial hair like this, but I've got a mod that gives them all a fun little facial hair and hairstyle. But yeah, these are our astronauts, and it's nighttime, so it's dark. I can't warp to sunrise right now though, because then we would miss this alarm right here. You only heard scientist and engineer, says Lily. Scientist, engineer, or pilot. And whichever you feel you would is the job that you would want in the game, we'll do that. And Raider says, what's the plan for today's stream? Well, the next thing we need to do is finish our rescue of Isa Kerman. And then we need to have a memorial service for Kaley Kerman, who was our recent lost Kerbal. So let's go ahead and start by going to our alarms, and let's switch to the craft for this. There we go. This is our rescue vehicle, PORK, P-O-R-K, the Personnel Orbital Rescue Craft. Craft with a K, of course. Okay, so Luli Kerman, an engineer. All right, I will edit the save file. We have, I accept all the rescue contracts that I see. So we have, yeah, rescue Canard from Orbit of Kerbin. I'll rescue I'll rename Canard to Luli, and make sure that that is an engineer in the save file. These are assigned randomly, and so that it is still out of my hands, I let you guys choose. So we'll have Luli Kerman, an engineer. Very nice. All right, so we can actually delete this alarm now since we are here at the craft. It's just so that we can make sure that we don't miss the window. You're so creative, Cicely. Well, I try. Just don't watch anyone else play this game, or you'll realize that I'm just terrible at it. And yeah, we last week we got into orbit of Minmus. This is Minmus right here, the second moon of Kerbin. There's Kerbin right there, and it's surrounded by space junk right now and some ships. And there is the moon, the first moon of Kerbin, and this is the second moon. And so we got into orbit, we matched inclinations with Isa's stranded craft, and we got ourselves a very nice intersect. 0.0 kilometers. In fact, we're going to come within 40 meters of Isa. And that is in 2 hours that we will be there. So we need to go ahead and time warp just a little bit. And there's Isa's scrap right there. I wouldn't want to watch anyone else play it. I don't know. There's some pretty creative players out there. There aren't a lot right now, but there are some that I watch that are very, very interesting to watch. So, but yeah, the goal here is to have fun. And yeah, we are speeding up time right now so that we don't have to actually wait 2 hours just descending over the surface of Minmus and waiting to come into range of Isa Kerman. If we did this in real time, we would barely be to our first orbit by now. All right, we're coming up on the intercept in half an hour. Let's go ahead and... What is our relative speed will only be 18 meters per second. So yeah, we'll be able to slow down to match her orbit easily. And there she is down there, just a tiny, tiny dot that I don't think is even rendering properly on the stream. I can barely see it as a pixel on my own screen. How long have I been playing this game? Well, I'd like to say that I just picked it up last week and I'm already this good, but no, I've been playing for about 10 years. So, yeah, I've been playing since before it was officially released. The beta 0.23.5 version is the first one I played, I think. But yeah, quite a while. And then they announced a sequel coming out. It's been delayed several times, which is a good thing because they're taking their time to do it right. And it should be out next year at some point. And let's see. Oh yeah, and we have our Joule transfer into... Oh, it's Joule, not Elu we're launching to. I'm just going to delete that. Our next launch will be to Joule. But then I realized there's a lot in this game that I just haven't done. So I figured let's stream it and let's do everything. So the end game goal is to have a very large interplanetary ship that I can put all the Kerbals on and that we can do a grand tour of the entire solar system. Alright, we're 7.3 kilometers away, and we don't really need to adjust our intercept because we're already going to be less than 40 meters away at our closest approach. All we have to do is be ready to slow down. And this thing has some very high efficiency but low power engines. But this maneuver won't be too bad, so we can do it right as we get there. Alright, let's time warp again. This moon is absolutely tiny. It's very, very small. Whoa, 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 whoa! I time warped right past it while I was being a tour guide. Whoops. But not very far. We're 150 meters away, so that's fine. Sounds like a fun finale. I think so. And in fact, I'm going to, by then, install some mods that will let me do a lot of piloting from in the cockpit instead of this camera view. So that should be fun as well. I think we have to recover her ship as well. We're going to review the contract requirements real quick, but in case I do, I've got this thing attached to the front of the rescue craft so we can grab it. The claw. There we go, and we've come to a relative stop, which doesn't mean we're motionless. That means that we are orbiting in sync. We have the same orbit as ESA. Hey, Satan, welcome to the stream. Let's review real quick the contract requirements. So, yeah, recover ESA and ESA's scrap from orbit of Minimus. And the last time we did this, it was Kaley Kerman, and we recovered her scrap. We had her attach a heat shield and parachutes to it, and the parachutes did not deploy. So we're not going to make that mistake this time. We're going to do it differently. ESA getting lost doesn't surprise me. That's amazing. Alright, control from here, and yeah, this thing here, that's a grabber, and it will grab the thing. So let's turn and look at the target. Go to locked camera mode, and in fact I have a mod that adds onboard cameras, so we'll probably switch to one of those here in a second. There we go. And we're going to point right at it, and yeah, let's use this, no, not the night vision cam. We have plenty of light. Let's use this camera right here. This is indeed a tiny mood, said Lily, and Satan saying, Dana is thinking, could we make a Warden-powered Wither Killer? I don't know. Maybe. I feel like you'd have to feed it a whole lot of Wardens, and it would be fun, so it would be worth doing for the fun of it. I suspect that Iron Golems would be the best way to go if you're doing an assisted Wither Killer, but it's worth a try just for the hilarity of it, I think. Lee says, I don't know what a standard moon looks like in this game. The regular moon looks like our moon. So Kerbin is based on Earth, but it is about, I think, 1/6 is the size, but it has the same gravity. And the moon is similar. It has the same gravity as our moon, as Luna, but is about 1/6 of the size. So basically it's a small scale solar system inspired by the Sol system. And in fact, there's a mod that adds extra realism to this game and our solar system. And there, we have grabbed it. Look at that. So yeah, we have saved Issa Kerman and obtained Issa's scrap. Satan says, I know you've been meaning to cheese it, but maybe we can try that. But laser meat, exactly. See, it would be so good. And Bo saying, Satan, you didn't already do that? You're so fast. Not yet, but I'd like to. Yeah, that would be amazing to try. And yeah, I don't like outright cheesing the Wither. I like at least having to make a machine. I don't like fighting it underneath the end portal. It's just too easy and too boring. And I've been practicing, and I think the way to do it is fight it hand to hand on the nether roof. Alright, so now we need to get out of orbit of Minmus and back to our space station in orbit of Kerbin. So basically that means we want to lower our orbit around Kerbin, so we need to get about here, to our apoapsis. That's our highest point. So let's warp to apoapsis. And then we need to burn prograde. Let's not use our monopropellant for this. Oh, and we have some notifications. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the one where Kaley died. We're saving that for now. Contract parameter complete. Obtain Issa's scrap. And yeah, let's save Issa Kerman. Let's go this way. Okay. Explore Minmus. That's right, we had a contract to dock 2 ships around Minmus, and we wanted to see if the Claw satisfied that requirement, and it looks like it did. That's fantastic. So that completes the contract and gives us a little bit of money and science. Yep. A little bit more money and science for the same one. And, wow, okay, and this counts since we docked as started constructing the first station around Minmus? Okay, well, there we go. Yeah, we got a little bit of money and a little bit of science, and Issa Kerman. Okay, but now we need to burn prograde, which will, we're here, so if we burn forwards, that's prograde, it will raise the opposite end of our orbit. Just like that. And since the gravity around Minmus is so low, we can escape it very easily. And since we're going retrograde, actually this is doing the opposite of what I thought for our Kerbin orbit. And that is okay. We will escape Minmus in 2 days. So let's go ahead and make an alarm for that. And this is in the way I know, but sphere of influence change. Pork. Minmus escape. There we go. And let's give ourselves 1 hour of notification. There we go. And Raider says, while I'm here, I can't wait to finish the new Bob Light update, adding new features, so it will be much easier in the future. Very, very cool. Does Bob Light allow you to change the time of day in a replay? I know it changes the weather. Does it change the time of day? Because I might have a real reason to use it soon, and I've been looking for one of those. And Luli with the Boozinate. This is a celebration Boozinate because we just saved Issa from being stranded in space with no snacks. Thank you, Luli. Alright, so let's go back to the Space Center. And let's actually pick up the Kerbals that are sitting on the runway waiting for their ride to the memorial service. Yes, says Raider. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I have done a lot of clearing of a forest on my family server, and I want to maybe play with time in the replay a little bit, in the time lapse. That could be fun. So yeah, let's go ahead and recover. Recover. There are 8 of them. The only ones that won't be attending the memorial service for Kaley are the ones that are in space or on the moon currently, or on Minmus. In fact, let's see who that is. Lily says, "Cheers, Dan. I'm heading to bed. My wife, I can't handle Twitch at the moment, so I only catch half of the things you say, unfortunately." Oh, rip. Have fun exploring space and save Issa. I miss her, so lol. All right, no problem. We will definitely save Issa successfully. And you have a good night, Luli. Good to see you here. I'll see you next time. Let's see. So yeah, we have these 8 are available. Assigned. Yeah. Lost is not entirely correct, because it has a couple of these that are not actually lost, because we had some bugs early on. But these, it has one, Willie Fisher. That's a fictional Kerbal. We don't even know him. But yeah, Theopont, Lisman, Bill, and Keith were lost previously, and Kaley, I guess, is the 5th one that we have lost. So yeah. What is that emote? Supreme379, good night. Interesting. That's not Supreme Doom, is it? That's someone else. No, that is Supreme Doom. She has new emotes. Very cool. Alright, well that's amazing. Hey, guess what? I am subscribed to her, so I can also... I scroll down... There we go. I can do that too. Yay. That's amazing. But yeah, assigned. Yeah, we have Jebediah, who is stranded in space and will hopefully be rescued soon. Valentina and Bob, also stranded in space. Shipwreck and Kit are in the rover on the moon. Let's see. Judy Wallace, Lady Elric, Judy Wallace and Lady Elric are at the Science Materials Research Technology Station, SMRT, on the moon. Bowsy, Alpin, and Dan Bear Derp, as well as Optimus Prime, and Eric Uspensky, not one redeemed by a viewer, are all on the station. And these ones are waiting for rescue. Supreme Oddity and Elric the Troll King are on a mission. I believe they're on the moon? Yeah. And then these ones are ones waiting rescue as well. So yeah, the Supremest of Doom, yes. Or the Doomest of Supremes. One or the other. So what we need to do is drive a brand new rover. And I've waited to do this until on stream, but I can't actually launch this rover from the runway because we haven't upgraded the runway. It cannot handle this craft. So I've been launching it from the launch pad and then driving it all the way around. But let's not do it that way. First, the space plane hangar, we can only build craft up to 30 parts. But if we upgrade it for 250,000 spaceos, now we can build up to 255 parts, which is excellent. The runway can currently only support a vessel of 20 meters by 15 by 15 and weighing 18 tons. And I think that this new rover is slightly bigger than one of those. And so for only 75,000 spaceos, upgrade. There we go. And I think that will do it. So let's go to the space plane hangar and let's take a look at this new rover. Raider says, nobody except Kepler knows about this, but I'm going to create my own programming language. Ooh, so I can make apps for the Atari 520 ST, a computer that's like 40 years old. That's ambitious and amazing. And now everyone knows Raider. Wait, I won't tell anybody, Raider. Only Kepler and I know about it. Shh. Alright, so I haven't named this rover yet. Instead, it is called Test Rover 2. And this will be a continued test of it. So not its true shakedown voyage yet. So naming is still something that will happen. And yeah, here it is. It has twice the crew capacity. It can carry 4 Kerbals instead of 2 from the Piglet, which, let's do the Piglet command. ProKitman, fellow first of mine, named this for me. It is a backronym, Piglet, Profuse Integration of Geologic Exploration and Telecommunications. Yeah, nobody here read it. Nobody here reads Raider. Oh wait, Shipwreck's not here. Shipwreck's the one that doesn't read. So, there we go. But yeah, it's got much bigger wheels, so it is a whole lot more robust. Nice low center of gravity. It's got both solar panels and some fuel tanks for fuel cells, so we can actually burn fuel to charge the batteries. And plenty of scientific instruments. So, and also cameras all over. So yeah, this is a cool rover here, and let's make sure that we have the crew aboard that we want. Yeah, Captain Kerbal Spacey Kerman will be our driver. We've got Deer Sage, we've got Danbear Hoglet, and we've got Burke. So let's go ahead and take these 4 over to the memorial. And it's probably daytime now. So let's see. I'm going to hydrate myself while the loading screen is up. There we go. Oh, it is still night. That is okay. But yeah, we got headlights. And if it's night, then obviously the solar panels won't recharge the batteries, but we have those fuel cells, so we can charge the batteries with our fuel and oxidizer. Yeah, let's go ahead and drive. This thing can handle, it's not perfect on bumps, but it can handle bigger bumps than the other one could, the other little one. Raider says, my language should be low level enough to make an operating system with it. I can't wait to start creating it. That sounds like some real excellent nerdy fun. That sounds amazing. And let's slow down. Whoa! Yeah, it bounces around. If you hit the bump just wrong, it'll bounce, but it's much likely to flip over, and that handled that bump just fine. Although, knocked these guys around a bit. I think they'll be okay. The book I want to buy is released on October 13th. Ah, so that's got the information you need to start your work. I'm taking it. All right, and let's put on the parking brake. There we go. And let's, starting with Captain Kerbal Spacey Kerman. Let's go ahead and just jump off the side. Bloop. And he can sprint. Run. Where are we going? Where's it? There they are. There's everybody. Very cool. 880 pages on compilers. That is all very much beyond me. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the back row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll do 7 in this row, and then we'll do a front row of 7 more, I guess. There we go. This is going to make me go through all of these. There we go. Yeah, we have 22 Kerbals that aren't out on assignment, and they are all going to tend the memorial. It is mandatory. Hop off the side. And run, run, run. Who we got here? We've got Deer Sage. Part of Elric the Troll King's family. And let's put you here. Positioning these guys is a little bit rough. And I know this is pretty dark. We're going to get everyone here, and then we're going to warp to sunrise. And let's see. Okay, there we go. If I cycle the other way, I go right to it. Raider says it makes some serious life goals. Nice. At least I have something to do. Keep in mind, I'm just 19, and I'm already trying to write the 2 hardest programs, a compiler and an operating system. That means once you succeed, it's just all downhill from there. You might as well retire. The only programming language I am anything close to proficient in is Minecraft functions. There is a programming language mod for this game, though, called KOS, or Chaos, that lets you script launches, and I've always wanted to try it, but haven't had the time to sit down and learn it. So hopefully in the not too distant future, I still want to. You want one, Suspo? All right, let me write this down. Let me open my notepad so that I remember. And let's see, we need Kaley Kerman, Engineer, and Bo. I assume you want a Bo and Kerman, or a Bo Kerman, one or the other. Let me know which, and if you want that Kerbal to be a pilot, an engineer, or a scientist. And there's Burke with his dashing mustache and beard. Bo Kerman, a scientist. All right, let me write that down. Bo Kerman, scientist. All right, it will happen. And look at this guy. That is our friend Burke, my fellow first. Headed right to the front row here. And this is the most ambitious gathering of Kerbals that I have ever attempted. This is kind of cool. There we go. Too bad it's for such a sad occasion. And let's go ahead and recover this vessel and then launch it again with 4 more crew. That'll save us some time of, you know, driving it home. So, for the sake of story, we drove it home. All right. Into the space plane hangar. Descent Max, hey there! More space shenanigans indeed. I saw you were fighting an overload again. Was it last night or the night before? What is even time? How did you do? How did that go? Right, we got Danbear Piglet and Elon Musk and Oscar, which is Elric's cat, and Jordan, which is Pro Kitman's fiance, and that one was redeemed by Shipwreck. All right, let's go ahead and launch. And this isn't a rocket. We don't have to wait 2 weeks, which is my self-imposed rule between launches. This can just park and then get back in. It was a fun time. Was good. Excellent. I have either 1 or 2 streams left of the single-player campaign, depending on how rough it gets. It's been... Hotshot has been rough on me. Really rough. Those murder bots are aggressive. All right. And this time let's not bounce around, so we're gonna put on the brakes a bit and slow down. Gotta pump the brakes, otherwise it'll bounce around anyway. There we go, nice and gentle up the hill. We played, I believe, Wednesday and Thursday. Ah, very cool. So yes, more time passed than I thought. And brake, and let's hit the parking brake, and let's get out the last of them. Let's put Danbear Piglet last, and then he will also plant the flag for Kaley. So Elon Musk, your turn. I love that you let go and they just face plant. Oh, these derps. These derpy Kerbals. All right, that will do. And Oscar, with your amazing handlebar mustache. Oh, I love that so much. There we go. Jump over that camera. Well, and ragdoll. What in the world? All right. These guys crack me up. And yeah, there's a which mod is it? Is it the texture replacer mod, I think, which is something that was needed for as a prerequisite for another mod, like replacing the skybox, for example, with this beautiful night sky. There we go. Which it's a little bit cloudy at the moment. Also adds random slight variations in skin tone and random hairstyles to the Kerbals, and it is absolutely hilarious. Ah, Raider with the stretch. Thank you, Raider. Ugh. Touching the ceiling with my hands, feet on the floor. Ah, that feels real good on my back. I've been really inspired for my Minecraft base on the first SMP, and so I have been grinding away and sitting way more than I should be. All right, and you, and then we've got just one more, and we'll at dawn have a memorial service for Kaley Kerman, our fallen Kerbal. There we go. Dan Bear Piglet on EVA. And I am going to do a quick save once I get him in place, because there's a chance with this many different things out that the physics go wonky, and if they do, I'm going to reload it, because no. All right, so he's gonna sit right there. Let's quick save. And then let's warp to sunrise. There's the moon. And there we go. The sun is just up over the vehicle assembly building. And we're gonna quick save again just in case. And let's plant a flag for Kaley Kerman. All right. And I believe we're calling this in memory of... It was Keffrey Bezos' fault, because Keffrey Bezos told her the procedures for her engineering, and well, she followed instructions. All right. Let's get some screenshots here. There's hilariously no music in this part, in this scene. There we go. That's a good one. And let's also from here. Let's change the field of view. There we go. All right. I want to do something here real quick. Okay, can I turn off? No. That is okay. All right. I'm gonna turn off my mic, and we're going to have a moment of silence to taps. And there we go. In memory of our fallen Kerbal, Kaley Kerman. Let's go ahead and now delete this contract failed notification. Kaley's scrap was destroyed. We're pulling the plug on this one. All right. Now we need to do a launch. So let's leave these guys out here for now. Let's switch to this and recover it. And let's plan our launch to Jool. And Jool has a lot of moons. We've got a few things en route right now, but it doesn't hurt to send more. So I wonder if we can send something maybe to land on one of its moons. Let's go to the vehicle assembly building, and let's have a drink for Kaley as well. She couldn't be here today. She has obligations on Saturdays, so usually only makes it to a Kerbal stream when it is on a Sunday, but it is usually Saturday. So yeah, I talked to her and she said, yes, go ahead and do the memorial and send me a highlight from the VOD, so I will certainly be doing that. Let's load an existing mission and modify it. So I think what we're going to want is... Moho one is pretty good. Yeah, let's look at the Moho one and see how much delta V. Yeah, we have almost 14 kilometers per second of delta V, and I think that should be plenty. And does it have a lander? That's what I want to see. Yes, it has a lander. Although there is a moon of Jool that has atmosphere, so let's actually pull up the Eve mission. Because that one has, or the Duna one. Yeah, let's do the... one of these. Yes, this one here. No, the other one has the nuclear engines on it. So let's load the one with the nuclear engines, because those give us the most delta V, even though it's extremely low thrust. That one would be, because it was more expensive. Yeah, I don't think either of these is the one that we actually sent. I think we modified another one. I think, in fact, the Eve one. Let's take a look at this one. I need to do some better organizing of my ships. Yeah, this one has the nuclear engine, and this one has a lander with parachutes. Okay. So yeah, let's send this one. And let's see. Jool. Exploration probe 3, I think. I think that's what it is. So yeah, we're going to, without any other changes, we're just going to launch this thing. It has a relay that will be put into orbit of the moon of our choosing, assuming that we can get it to stop there. And it will release this lander and drop it down into the atmosphere. And the trick is, we made a derp when we sent this to Duna, which is an analog from Mars, and we had this dipping into the atmosphere, but in releasing it with the decoupler, it added a little bit of extra velocity to the thing, and it never made it into the atmosphere. Just tumbled uselessly in orbit. So we're not going to make that mistake this time. We're going to point the other way so that in decoupling, it loses velocity and goes deeper into the atmosphere. So let's go ahead and launch this thing. We have definitely gone far enough since our last launch that we have refurbished the launch pad and we can roll out this rocket. Technically in Kerbal Space Program, you can launch just one after another, but I have, partly in order for some roleplay and mostly in order to make sure that we are moving this clock forward constantly and getting to some of our more ambitious missions, milestones, we are waiting 2 weeks or more between launches. So yeah, let's double check our staging. There's our core engine, our launch clamps, our boosters. Separate the boosters, separate the core stage, ignite the second stage. There's the fairing. And then we detach the spacecraft, and that's its engine right there. Okay, so we are good to go on that. So we are go for launch. Let's close that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Let's open up our flight recorder from the MechJeb mod and track altitude, acceleration, and dynamic pressure. And let's watch this one from the onboard camera. Okay. All of our Kerbals are in range that their EVA cameras are ones that I can cycle through. That's hilarious. They're going to be able to see this launch. Actually, that would be... Which way are they facing? Okay, let's do that. Let's watch it from the view of one of the Kerbals. EVAs. Dan Bear Piglet. Switch to target. And yeah, there's the VAB. So the launch happens on the other side. So let's activate camera. Oh, this is going to be great. Okay. And then let's make sure, yeah, facing that way and switch to target. All right, we are now back on our rocket. Okay, so we can see the view from Dan Bear Piglet Kerman. This is new. We've never done this. But our control is on our rocket. So we're going to do full throttle. Stability assist is on. And we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff of the Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle. Actually, no, this is a custom launch vehicle, and there it goes. And the vehicle is pitching downrange. Oh, that is so cool. And now we're out of range of that camera. So we're gonna go to our onboard camera. Okay, that was awesome. That was well worth it. Let's unselect the target. There we go. Vehicle is well past supersonic, and solid boosters have burned out and separated. It's also our maximum aerodynamic pressure. And the game is crashing. No! Okay, hold on. I gotta change this. I need to make a separate one of these. Be right back. Technical difficulties. Copy. And paste that here. And... Alright, I'm going to have to restart the game. That won't take very long. And we will probably be right back at the launch. So we'll watch the whole thing from the onboard camera. It's likely that the game ran out of memory, even though I have a whole lot of memory available to the game. Sometimes it just decides it wants all of it and more. Or it could be a bug with the cameras because we did something new. We can look at the loading screen here. Oh well, at least we had our successful memorial service. I'm going to hydrate myself while this happens. All right, just about there. And we're back. All right. Resume. Fortunately, the autosave feature in this game is pretty robust, and so I'm not worried. Knock on wood there. Just in case. Yeah, we got our Joule exploration probe on the pad. We'll fly it from here. It's about 1 in 3 streams of Kerbal that we have a crash. All right, let's go from this camera right off the bat. Altitude, acceleration, dynamic pressure. And throttle up, stability assist on, and we are go for launch again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle carrying the Joule 3 probe. Its mission to another planet. The vehicle is pitching downrange, and everything is looking nominal. Once we're 2.25 kilometers away from those Kerbals, they're not loaded in the physics range anymore, so it couldn't do the camera. Vehicle is supersonic. Jump on SRB burnout and separation, and that is also maximum aerodynamic pressure. Just a little bit. Should practice some additional callouts for events during the launch. Next up is the main engine cutoff and stage separation. We have MECO, stage separation, and second engine start. Let's go ahead and pitch down to about 10 degrees for now. And we got successful fairing separation as well. And remove this. And there's our ship right there. This stage should more than get us into orbit, and then might be enough even to get us out of Kerbin's orbit, out of Kerbin's sphere of influence, so it won't be cluttering up Kerbin orbit anymore. We still have Keffrey Bezos driving the space garbage truck, and off camera I'm going to keep having him go and remove space junk from orbit. We did several of those last week. Every once in a while we'll check in on him and watch him do his job as space garbage man. That's his community service for teaching Kaley faulty procedures, which resulted in her untimely death. We are in space. We're watching mostly for our periapsis to rise. That's the lowest point in our orbit, and it's currently negative, which means it is within the surface of the planet, meaning an impact. Anything below 70 kilometers is in the atmosphere. Once we get an apoapsis of around 150 kilometers, I'm going to go ahead and cut the engine and drift to apoapsis, and then relight the engine to circularize our orbit. Though at this angle, it looks like we're actually going to get a good orbit first, so that's fine. Not quite, but very nearly. So there's our apoapsis of 150 kilometers, so we'll coast to our highest point in this arc. Alright, and this is going to point prograde. I'm going to go ahead and ignite the engine so that its gimbaling can help us point prograde. And full throttle. 70 kilometers, we have a good orbit. And there it's roughly circular. It doesn't have to be perfect for this. So yeah, now we need to make Jool our target. And Jool is the second farthest planet out, right there. And there's Elu. And they've been getting real close in where their orbits almost cross. Elu is inclined, so they don't actually impact. But that has meant it's been really hard to get to Elu. The last thing we sent to Elu actually couldn't avoid an encounter with Jool that would have made it impossible to get to Elu, so we turned it into a Jool probe instead. Let's see, and what is this? This is considered a relay, apparently, so let's change that. And call it a probe. There we go, so we don't lose it in our filters. And we want to raise our apoapsis of the sun after we're out of orbit of Kerbin, which means we are going to want to burn at midnight, thereabouts. So we're going this way. So if we want to escape Kerbin's sphere of influence, we need to increase our speed, which means going that way or that way. But if we go that way, Kerbin is also going that way, which means that we will increase our speed relative to the sun as well. So let's warp to there. And then burn prograde again and get our escape. Ship is rotating itself around. I sped the game up just a little bit so that we don't have to wait for it. There's not a lot of attitude control on this ship. And ignite the engines. And it looks like we are going to run out of fuel in this stage, so we're going to have more space junk for Keffrey Bezos to go and pick up. That's alright. Alright, second engine cutoff, stage separation. Make sure this is the right engine. Yep. And that is our atomic rocket motor. Look at that beautiful plume. And this one does not burn the fuel with oxidizer to accelerate it. It runs it over a radiator for a nuclear reactor, and that heats it up, which means we don't have to carry oxidizer, and also means we get some incredibly high efficiency out of this thing, but also very low thrust. So these burns are kind of long, so we're going to speed the game up again. And yeah, there's our apoapsis. I'll pin that so we can watch it more easily than the smaller type up there at the top of the screen. I'm split on whether or not I want to increase the size of these, because the bigger they are, the more space they take up, but then they're easy enough for me to read, but they're not the easiest for you guys to read unless you're on a full-size HD screen. Anyone on mobile is going to really have a struggle. That was a moon encounter there, but we're blasting past it. And there's our escape, and that is going to be in 12 days. So let's add an alarm for that. Sphere of influence change. Jool probe 3. Kerbin escape. Let's give ourselves 1 hour of notice. It's not particularly important that we are precise on that. And add the alarm. So yeah, next we have our pork craft will be escaping Minmus, and then this manual time alarm is just so that we pay attention to our Comet probe, our Cometary Research And Prospecting probe, CRAP. And then after that, we'll have this probe escape. And then the correction burn for our Dres probe, and right between these is actually when we can do our next launch. So basically when we are 4 days away from our Dres probe 3 correction burn, we can do another launch. And I think what we need to send is a way for people to get back home from the space station. We are out of escape pods. So yeah, let's switch to the pork vehicle, the Personnel Orbital Rescue Craft. And we can delete this alarm and go ahead and time warp until we have escaped Minmus. All right, we are out of Minmus' sphere of influence. We are now back in orbit of Kerbal. So we need to point retrograde so that we can lower our orbit. And we need to match the orbit of our Arcadia station, which is at 150 kilometer orbit. So let's go back to type selection, stations, Arcadia station. And let's ignite the engines. And we have an inclination too. Well, that's going to give us a Minmus encounter. That's no good. It's okay. It's not going to do much. There's our Kerbal periapsis once we are back out of Minmus' sphere of influence. 5 million meters. Let's make sure we're not going to crash into Minmus. No, we're fine. Let's go ahead and warp until we are back out of Minmus' sphere of influence. That happened because we slowed down and Minmus was able to catch back up to us. But again, Minmus has such low gravity and we're very high up over Minmus, so it's not going to do much to us. Yeah, and once we get this back to the station, we're going to go and take a look at our first comet. I've never been to a comet in this game, not once. All right, pointing retrograde again. Watching our periapsis. 2 million meters. 1 million meters. 500,000 meters. 300 kilometers. All right, we're just very gently nudging the ship with the engines. And we want just above 150 kilometers. That will do. Very cool. And we have actually... No, that is not that great an encounter with the station. So, but that is coming up in 9 days. When is our alarm? 7 days. Okay. So, what we want to create an alarm so we don't miss this. Otherwise, nothing really bad will happen. We'll just end up in another orbit and it'll just spend some more time. So, not the worst, but we don't want to have that happen if we can avoid it. So, at periapsis, pork or Kerbal periapsis, and we want 1 hour prior notification. There we go. Now, this is the most exciting thing that will be happening in this stream. Let's switch to our Comet probe. And we are 7 days away. Well, we're more like 11 days away, actually. So, shoot, we're gonna be switching back and forth, but that is okay. We are going to take a look. Can we see Comet yet? Not from here. I think it's not close enough to the sun for us to see the tail. Yeah, we booked it out here. We burned hard. Yeah, there it is right there. And look at our intersect there. That's insane. And yeah, that's coming up in 11 days. Yeah. And we're going to have a long burn when we get there. So let's go ahead and warp to this manual time alarm. And we'll set up another one that's closer. Basically, I gave us some big margin here because we did not want to miss this event. It's a major milestone for our space agency. Delete and close. And can we see it yet? We can, I think. No, that's not it. It's right there, and it is dark. So not yet visible. All right, but let's see. We're gonna have a long burn ahead of us. I think it's like a 30-minute burn. Of course, we can speed up the game, so we don't have to actually watch it burn for 30 minutes. Thank goodness. But let's look at where is Kerbal Engineer? There. Vessel. Delta V. Yeah, Delta V total. If we burn all of the fuel in this thing, we can burn at full thrust for 33 minutes and 8 seconds. So, yeah, that's the thing. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and hide that. That's not what I want. There we go. So as long as we have more than half an hour of notice, we will be fine. So let's make another alarm. And yeah, we want... There isn't one for just encountering this thing. So yeah, that's why we did a manual time alarm. Comet encounter. And we want that to be... geez. 4 days, 3 days from now. So 1 day before we get there. So we got these right in quick succession. Our Port 4 maneuver, our Jewel Probe Kerbin escape and maneuver planning, and then our Comet encounter. So let's go back to Pork. And we can delete that alarm. And let's just time warp until we are down at our periapsis. Speeding up as we descend into Kerbin's gravity well. All right, periapsis is in 1 hour and 3 minutes. And since this is also a descending node, we can burn a little bit towards normal and correct our inclination relative to the station. "20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. All right, let's go back to real time. We're 5 minutes to our periapsis. I'm going to take it to regular stability assist mode so that I can point towards retrograde and also towards normal, which, since we're in a regular prograde orbit, normal is to the north. We're going pretty fast here, so it might take a couple of orbits to do this. But at 1 minute to periapsis, I'm going to start the engines. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Yeah, ascending node, our inclination is dropping, and our periapsis is dropping even faster. Exactly what we want. Degrees. 1. All right, we have corrected our inclination. Our relative inclination is now 0.3 degrees. That's about as good as it gets. So let's just point completely retrograde. And right about here, we're going to burn retrograde until we have a good close encounter with our target. It's going to start upgrading those calculations and predictions any moment now. You know, hopefully. There we go, sort of. Not in the way I would like, though. So basically, we need to correct this encounter, but that's not the most exciting thing that is happening right now. So we can do that later. That doesn't have to happen right now. Let's go to our Joule probe. We have seen that so many times. We don't need to see it again right now. Instead, let's delete this alarm. Nope, not that alarm. Okay, deleted that alarm as I switched here. Okay, that works. That's fine with me. Okay, so although it no longer looks like we are on an escape trajectory, so well, let's do another thing before I derp this. Let's extend the solar panels. That is rather important. There they are. Extend, extend, and extend. We don't want to end up with another one of these with no batteries. That would be a big derp if so. Okay, let's accelerate. There we go. Now we have an escape again. That's probably why that alarm disappeared, because we no longer had an escape. Alright, and that's in 4 hours. Let's warp. Okay, yeah, the alarm is back again. Alright, let's delete it. Alright, we are no longer in Kerbin's sphere of influence. We are purely in orbit around the sun, and we only have a 1.3 degree inclination to Joule, so that's not too bad at all. What we need to do now is plan our encounter. So if I put a maneuver here, which is just about an hour away, that'll let us know what maneuvering right now will do. All right, prograde. Yeah, I've changed the settings so we always see our target at closest approach, which is very helpful. Pin this. And that is an encounter. All right, where is our encounter? Let's focus our view on Joule. 3 years and 137 days is when we will... 113 days is when we'll be at our closest to Joule, and that is just fine. So what we're going to want to do is make a correction burn at the ascending node. And let's see, can I make an alarm node? No, I can't. So we're going to make an alarm at this maneuver, and then we're going to decide when we get there what the maneuver should be. So, and that maneuver is just marking our ascending node. So let's name it Tool Probe 3 Correction Burn. And let's give ourselves, we don't need any advance notice because this is the advance notice. And add the alarm. Okay. And here we go. That is... Oh. Never mind. Let's, I derped that. We want... We actually have to do this maneuver first. Let's focus on our ship. Oh, Dan, you're a big derp. And that's coming up in 48 minutes, so we still have time for that. We have 2 hours and 28 minutes before our Comet. Alright, so let's point at this maneuver, which is almost entirely prograde and a little bit of radial out. And let's burn right now. This is a 13-minute burn, so we're going to speed the game up for sure. These nuclear engines, I tell ya, they are worth it, but they also require just a little bit of patience. And there is Kerbal, way out there in the distance. I'm going to go ahead and hydrate and booze-nate myself here while we watch this burn. There we go, all the way back to the Triassic there on that geologic timescale glass. Everything is looking good. We're about a quarter of the way through the burn. Watch our orbit in the map. That's our apoapsis right there, and it's about to pass the orbit of Duna. And then next it'll pass the orbit of Dres. We're halfway through the burn, and everything is looking great. Now, in theory, we could use Joule's thick and very large atmosphere to slow down rather than use fuel, but it is quite a harsh atmosphere, and every time I've ever tried that, I've just exploded, so we're not going to do that. Lathe, on the other hand, which is a moon of Joule that has atmosphere, that atmosphere is very much like Kerbin's, and so that will be fine. Alright, we're 3/4 through the burn. 3.5 minutes to go. .500 meters per second left in this burn. 400. 300. 200. 100, and let's slow the game down to real time. And throttle down for a little bit of precision here. .30 meters per second remaining. Just watching for an encounter now. All right, that's an encounter right there. Okay, and we still have this maneuver here. Put it right at the actual ascending node. Which is in 1 year and 36 days. Or so it claims. Let's actually delete that. All right. Yeah. That's not quite accurate, I think. All right, so let's add that maneuver there, and that is just a placeholder maneuver. And so now we can create alarm, and it is Joule probe 3 correction burn with no advance notice needed. Add alarm. Okay. What do you mean? Did I set the wrong kind? Oh, manual time alarm. Okay, there we go. Joule probe 3 correction burn. That's better. Add alarm. Okay, there we go. And that is coming up in 259 days. So that's why we're moving the clock forward. And we are an hour and a half away from needing to take a look at our comet. And why can't I switch to that one? Let's do it in the tracking station. It's not letting me switch to the Comet probe for whatever reason. So we want probes, and we want we have 2 Joule Exploration Probe 3. Huh, interesting. Okay, one of those is probably the upper stage, so that's all right. I will make sure later, but one of those needs to be reclassified to space junk. But yeah, our Comet Research and Prospecting Probe 1, CRAP. CRAP probe. And here it is. We can now delete the Comet Encounter alarm, and we can see the comet. Okay, that was the comet. We could see it before. There it is. That is the best view we've had so far of this comet. Let's take a screenshot. That is the closest we have ever been to a comet. It is 245,000 kilometers away, 245 megameters, and we are approaching very quickly. Let's see. We are 1 day, 1 hour, and 43 minutes away from the encounter. And we want to start slowing down about a half hour before we get there. So let's time warp. Let's add a maneuver here just so that we can see right down here a countdown. And because I want to be in this scene as we approach. Oh, and we can see it animated just a little bit. Oh, that is so cool. All right, we're 5 hours away. 4, 3, 2, and 1 hour away, and we can really see it now. Look at that thing. Okay, good. We can see its tail now even in the map view. Hour and 47 minutes. So let's go ahead and warp to this maneuver, just this marker. All right, and let's delete that. And let's point retrograde to our target. and take another screenshot, because of course. All right. And yeah, our relative speed is 8.8 kilometers per second, so we do have enough to slow down, but we have to do it right. So our closest approach is coming up in 47 minutes, so let's go ahead and start slowing down now. Let's just shed a little bit of our relative velocity so that we can more easily match orbits when we get there. Let's see what this is doing to our orbit, too. Yeah, we're basically burning directly towards the sun so that we can pivot our orbit to match. Yeah, we're just going to wait and enjoy this. This is going to take several minutes, but it will absolutely be worth it. I have no idea what kind of science we can get done near this thing, but we're gonna find out. Main goal is just to get close and see it. Okay, our relative velocity is now under 8 kilometers per second. Let's see if I can also tweak our approach. That tweaks it the wrong way. But that is reducing it. Okay. Nope, not anymore. So yeah, let's just point retrograde. As we get closer, it'll be easier to tell what we were doing as far as changing our separation at approach. Let's pull up our Kerbal Engineer readout as well. Okay, our relative velocity to the target is now 7 kilometers per second, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the engines. And yeah, we still have the ability to burn for 20 more minutes, 19 minutes and 22 seconds with the nuclear engine, and 23 minutes and 3 seconds total. So yeah. And we have 8.5 kilometers per second of delta V remaining. Let's take a look. We're going to get there in 47 minutes. So let's go ahead and time warp a little bit closer. And there we go. Yeah, I want to do this carefully. I don't want to mess this up. Let's warp to 30 minutes away, and then start the engine again. All right. And let's speed the game up so that we don't have to wait through actual 20 minutes of a burn. Instead, it'll be 5. Yeah, if we can match orbit, then we can slowly drift closer to it. So I'm going to see if I can tweak our approach just a bit. Over tweaked it there. 4 kilometers. Okay, that's pretty good. 5. Yeah, we want to get close. We're under 6 kilometers per second relative velocity. Yeah, these are very fuel-efficient engines. That's why we're using them. Not because they're powerful, but because they are efficient. We have a nice connection to Kerbal from here, though. So, yeah, that's why we put a big antenna on this. Yeah, we are less than 10 kilometers away from this comet. Or 10,000 kilometers, sorry. We would have passed it now at this speed if we were less than 10 kilometers. Yeah, less than 9,000 kilometers here any moment. 9 megameters. Yeah, that's more sensible. We will be less than 10 kilometers away from it. We're going to see if we can boop this thing. Let's boop a comet. We're well under 4 kilometers per second relative velocity. Everything is going well so far. This engine can burn for another 5.5 minutes in real time. It's just over 1 minute in our current speed of the game. At less than 3 kilometers per second relative velocity. And 1 kilometer per second delta V remaining with this stage. All right, 2 kilometers per second is our relative velocity now. And let's slow down to real time as this stage burns out. That's our nuclear engine expended and detached. And let's start our next chemical engine. There we go. We have 3 kilometers per second remaining of delta V, and we're going to be there in 1 hour and 21 minutes. That's gone up because we've slowed down, so that is sensible. And we can burn for 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, this has a third of the thrust of that other stage, but since we just shed a whole lot of weight, we can move a lot faster. So, our acceleration potential is a lot more. Let's go ahead and get closer. And goodbye, nuclear stage. You have done your job well. That's off to be permanent space junk. Alright, let's full throttle this thing. Also, let's extend... No, we do have our solar panels. Why can I not have full probe control? Oh, because I'm still in time warp. There we go. That's better. That's happened before. Was not fully out of time warp. Let's get down to 1 kilometer per second relative velocity. Alright, and our separation approach is going to be 60 kilometers. We definitely want it to be less than that. So let's very gently burn and see which direction takes us closer. Not that one. That one is. I'm watching this number drop. 30 kilometers. Alright, now it has stopped dropping, so we need to go in a different direction. Let's try this way. And that's making it go up. Let's point this way. If I could see a little bit more resolution there, I could eyeball this better, but no. Alright, and that's dropping it. 20 kilometers. 10. 5. Alright, and that is no longer dropping. So let's 4.5 kilometers. That is pretty good. We can burn for another 2 minutes and 43 seconds. So we can get a lot closer. We have 1 hour and 27 minutes before our closest approach. Let's time warp a bit. Alright, hour and 10 minutes. And we are getting really close to this. Closest approach is in 50 minutes. Alright, I think it'll be 30 minutes now. Yeah, closest approach in 31 minutes. So, let's again slow down. See if we can tighten up our approach. Not that way. That way is doing it. But not anymore. No. Slow down to about 500 meters per second. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell, but I want to do this right. So I'm being very careful here. $600 will do. Let's time warp ahead about 20 minutes. 10. And 20. And oh boy, we are close. Look how much of the screen that is occupying now. Screenshot. Yeah, we are once again 30 minutes away. So let's time warp another 10 minutes. And yeah, we are starting to enter the dust cloud here. That's exciting stuff. All right, let's slow down. 400 meters per second. I don't know how close we have to be for any of these science to happen, or what science can happen, but let's boop this thing. All right, let's see which way to burn. It looks like I can start eyeballing this a little bit, and it looks like right about here, if I burn, we will tighten the approach, and that is correct. All right, 700 meters at closest approach. I am very happy with that. So we can burn for another 1 minute and 52 seconds. So we can get very close. Let's see, 29 minutes. Let's create a manual alarm, just in case. Yeah, manual time alarm, and call it Comet approach. And let's put that for 20 minutes from now. Nope, that's 20 hours. Let's not do that. That would be a derp. That would be a big, stinky derp. 20 minutes. Yes, add alarm. All right, this way we can gently time warp and not worry about missing it, because this will force us out of time warp when we get to there. Now let's go to 10 times speed and enjoy the view. Yeah, these were only added to the game just a couple updates ago, and I've never visited one until today. We're 15 minutes away from our final deceleration burn. Minutes away. Yeah, we're looking at it head on. It means we're right between it and the sun. All right, let's let this bring us out of time warp. Delete and close, and yeah, we are just over 200 kilometers away from this thing. Alright, let's slow down again. About 200 meters per second. This looks like the thing in the very final episode of Star Trek Next Generation at this distance. Look at that. We are looking right down its tail. Oh, that's great. And it is 9 minutes away. We have 1.5 minutes of burn time left. Let's get closer for another 5 minutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's the apparently the target right there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we're close enough that it's rendering on the HUD. And yes, of course we're going to take more screenshots. Alright, and yeah, we can definitely see the offset on the nav ball, so I can point this way and burn gently and reduce our separation at approach once again. It drifted apart as we slowed down. Less than 100 meters. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, let's watch our distance on the HUD. 40 kilometers. Yeah, we're well within the gas and debris cloud here. 30 kilometers. 20. 10 kilometers, and yeah, we can see the detail on this thing now. All right, let's slow down. We want to boop it. We don't want to boop it so hard that we explode. 50 meters per second. 18.2. That's pretty good. And hey, we have a notification. So what did we get? World's first milestones. The recent accomplishments of our space program have attracted contributions from numerous organizations. We have performed a rendezvous maneuver around the sun. Well, that's a little bit anticlimactic. We're at a comet. It's not just that we're doing a rendezvous around the sun. We're at a comet. But hey, a little bit of space-os, a tiny bit of science, and some prestige. Yeah, we'll take that, I guess. Slow down to 10 meters per second. And yeah, we can see all the texturing on the surface of this thing now. Oh, that's awesome. All right, we're going to come within 10 meters of this thing now. It's a little guy. I don't think these have any sort of gravity simulated in this game. So I don't think we can do one of those epic big bounces, you know, like our real satellites have done. And yeah, that distance is to the center of mass, so that's not even to the surface. So we're gonna boop this before we hit that. We're headed dead on at it. 4 meters per second. That's a cool texture. Look at that dirty ice. 3 meters per second. 2 meters per second. Yeah, I don't have a grabber or anything on this, or we could latch on. But yeah, let's boop. Let's boop it. Half a meter per second. Oh, I saw a piece of ice fly off, I think. That was awesome. Yeah, look at that. Little piece of ice. Look at that. That's so cool. There goes a piece of ice. Look at our shadow. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. We're right here. Slow down a bit much, but I think we're gonna boop it. There we go. Trying to orient so that we can just boop with our engine bell. Yeah, we're 60 meters away from the very center of this thing, but that tells us approximately its diameter, 120 meters. And boop. We did it. We booped it. We booped a comet. All right. What science can we do? So let's extend the magnetometer boom. I don't know if this will actually give us any new data, but let's try. No new data. I'll reset the experiment. That's a little bit disappointing. There should be definitely some science experiments we could do. You know, get a core sample and such. Do we have other scientific experiments on here? Not sure we do. I think that's it. This was just designed to, you know, get here. Which it did. Perfectly. Alright. One more screenshot from here. Let's see if we can see how far we can zoom out here. Not that far from here, but from the map view, if we yeah, that's so amazing. Okay. All right, enough of that, Dan. Enough. You've had your fun. Let's see what's up next on this. Our Dres 3 probe correction burn. Also, I think we are up for another launch. So let's do that. Let's go to the Space Center and let's send a crewed craft, or a crew capable craft, but not send any crew up on it, because we need to bring some guys home. All right, and we have one. It's an older one, but it will definitely do the job. But yeah, we are definitely violating some space safety regulations by not having enough, or any, in fact, return pods on the station. Let's see, I think it's just called Crew Transporter. Yeah, one of my more creative names right there, Crew Transporter. All right, and I believe that this will perform autonomously as well. And good, no crew is available because they're all out at the, they're all still outside. We don't want to send crew anyway, so yeah, let's just launch this guy. I feel like I deserve, oh, won't be controllable. Cancel. I feel like I deserve more science points for what we've just accomplished here. That wasn't nothing. Let's put a probe core on the end of this thing, like that. There we go. And there we go. All right, that will do. Save and launch. And I definitely need a hydrate for that. All right, yeah, we got a night launch, which is just fine. Let's actually watch it from on top of the vehicle assembly building. So camera tools, we want to aim the camera right at the base of the fairing. That usually works pretty well. And set our position right here. And we can hide that window. Did that clear the target? No, it did not. It didn't. Oh, because we have auto flyby on. Okay, there we go. That solves it. That's not the position I wanted. Clear position, and let's set the position right on the helicopter landing pad. That's better. That's the view we like. Okay. All right, so let's bring up the MechJeb flight recorder. Altitude, acceleration, dynamic pressure. Put it up here. There we go. A little bit more out of the way. All right, throttle up. Stability assist is on, and we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. This thing really gets up and goes. Yeah, it's pitching down range, but I can't pitch more than that with this much thrust behind me, or bad things will happen. Vehicle is supersonic. We have maximum aerodynamic pressure. Solid booster burnout and separation. We have main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start. And we need to pitch way down. There we go. Bearing separation is confirmed. And there we go. Now we can continue on to orbit and set up a rendezvous with Arcadia Station. We're in space. Let's go ahead and speed up the simulation so that we can get there without having to wait.
Cheers me up, laughing at other people's misfortunes.
That startled me, Elric. Hey, and what misfortunes are you laughing at, Elric? Oh, maybe Kaley's, because we had her memorial service. Let's not try any pitch maneuvers while in time warp. There we go. How are you doing, Elric? Were you here to see the Comet encounter? Because that was pretty cool. We are now sending up an empty crewed capsule to return some crew from the station with. Not good I had to work today. Oh, working on a Saturday is the worst. Sorry to hear that. And shutting down the engine because our apoapsis is right at about 150 kilometers. Oh, you missed it? That's too bad. There will be a screenshot for sure. But yeah, if we look here in the map view, yeah, we've got that comet right there. Can I get close enough that we can see it? Yep, there's the tail. Yeah, we've got a probe right sitting on its nose. We booped it with a probe. It was awesome. All right, we are 5 minutes away from apoapsis. Let's go ahead and time warp. The sun's coming up. Alright, now at about 10 seconds from apoapsis, we'll ignite the engines again and get our orbit. Actually do it a little bit closer since we are pushing the apoapsis away. That'll work. Alright, there we go. A very circular orbit at the altitude of our station. So let's set Arcadia Station as our target. And do we have... No, I was too zoomed out. It looked like a perfect encounter, but no, it's just because I was super zoomed out. And let's see, we are here. Let's warp to here. And then let's increase our orbit and get our encounter. Really? Is that not going to get us a better encounter? Okay, there it is. It is moving around. Okay, good. I was not seeing that move the way I wanted it to, so I was a little bit concerned, but here it comes. $500 kilometers. 200. All right. All right, 1.4 kilometers. That's pretty good, and that's coming up in 1 hour. So let's warp to here. And let's come out of map view and look at our target. And point retrograde to the target. We are going 310 meters per second relative to the target. That won't be too difficult to shed with these engines in this lightweight craft. And there's the station right over there, 75 kilometers away. $50 kilometers away. 40. 30. And 20. See if we can tighten up the approach. Like just a bit by burning this way, but not a lot. So let's wait. It looks like we want to. We're drifting this way, so let's burn that way. And yeah, that is tightening up the approach and slowing us down. Exactly what we want. There's our little lag spike as the station is loaded into the physics engine. And we're going to approach at 400 meters, which is pretty good. We're going 100 meters per second relative to the station. So we want to slow that down a little bit. 50 is pretty good. And let's come to a stop. We're actually closer than as advertised, which is just fine. There we go. And so we want to make sure we are controlling from here and activate that camera. And let's look right at our target and turn on our RCS thrusters. And let's go ahead and even bring that upper stage with us, and it has a tiny bit of fuel in it. And then we'll dispose of it using our space forklift. Alright, let's use our attitude control thrusters. Our maneuvering thrusters. Let's do this docking port right here. Just get lined up. Just like that. Perfect. There's our space forklift right there that will be right near where it needs to be for deorbiting that upper stage. Otherwise, we can make Keffrey Bezos do it. Alright, here's our final approach. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can just deorbit the whole thing and then separate it with our crew. So yeah, because this thing is designed for bringing our crew home. And who we got aboard? We got Bowsy, we've got Alpin, we've got Dan Bear Derp, we've got Optimus Prime, Eric Uspensky. Are any of those ones that we need to rescue or bring home now? Look at our contract. Oh, Elric, we need to take some EVA reports using you. Let's do that next. Pee-wee is not here yet. Is he? No, he is aboard the Pork vehicle. Turbinator and the Warden are on the surface of Duna. Alright, so yeah, when we bring more guys here, we'll bring them home using this craft right here. So let's go back to... Actually, we can do this from the map. If we look at EVAs, we've got a whole bunch right there. But let's focus Minnus. And there's Elric right there, and he needs to get here. Yeah, area CCJV. I'm just double checking that. And let's switch to Elric the Troll King Kerman, who I believe is a scientist, and I think that is why this contract is specifying him. Engineer, okay, interesting. But yeah, that is fine. And let's see, Supreme Oddity, how about you two go on this expedition together? So get aboard the Piglet Rover, and let's go for a ride. Actually, let's go in the back. Here's the old rover. We debuted a new rover on the surface of Kerbal today. Alright, let's use the jetpack. Oh, you don't have one. Where is your jetpack? Here it is. That's right. Had to take that out so you could carry your equipment. And board. And Supreme Oddity as well. I think it's the same story. I'm not sure where her jetpack is. It might be in the SMRT outpost, actually. Little shuffling steps. Supreme. There we go. Judy Wallace has one. We can steal Judy's if we have to. Ah, here is hers. Not steal Lady Elric's. And actually, let's send Lady Elric. Yeah, Supreme Oddity, you can climb back aboard. You've been outside for months. And board. And let's send Elric and Lady Elric on this expedition. I think that'll be cool. And Lady Elric is a scientist even. Oh. Gotta transfer crew apparently. There you are. Okay, transfer crew. Corrected. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. So we'll put you in here. That'll be fine. Now you can EVA. Turn on your visor light. There we go. And let go. And turn on your rocket jetpacks. And board. There we go. How are our batteries looking? We've got full battery. Very nice. And let's activate navigation for this spot. And take off the brake and let's get out there. I see it. No, we'll see it on the nav ball, but that's it. We should anyway. I think it's to the south, so we're gonna turn around here. And not run over our science experiments. Yeah, there it is. There's the marker on the nav ball. Yeah, just to the east of south. Wish I knew how far away that was. It doesn't give me range on these things, unfortunately. A nice little night drive. 2 times game speed. And if we run into any trouble, there are some repair kits, and Elric is an engineer. Elric is an engineer who has not caused us the same kind of troubles that Keffrey Bezos has. What is this over there? The Kerbinator's craft. Okay, so it's much closer than the Kerbinator. That's good news. It's probably only a couple kilometers away. First time chat from Effusive Stoic, Ambient Light++. I've thought about that, but I don't actually like how it looks. But on the other hand, this is really dark for the stream, and I acknowledge that. Here's the view in the cockpit. That's probably a little bit nicer. Let's slow the game back down to real time. But yeah, I'm aware of that mod for sure, and there are also the in-game options for that. But I haven't been quite satisfied with those effects. And sometimes the complete darkness can be pretty cool, but again, I understand that's also not always the best for viewing on the stream, so I'm a little bit split on using that. All right, we're halfway there. That's good. But welcome to the stream, Effusive Stoic. Slow down a little bit. We don't want it to be going too fast, or we'll run into some issues. We'll probably warp to daylight when we get there anyway. Yeah, we're spinning a bit. This thing can handle a spin okay, but that's why we don't want to go any faster than this. Get back on our course here. Yeah, my new rover, which has not left Kerbin yet, handles this kind of terrain a whole lot better. But this was with relatively early probe tech, or rover tech. And that considered, I'm quite happy with it. Alright, we're getting pretty close, and then Elric can get out and do his EVA report to satisfy the requirements for this contract. Look at those two, they're having a great time. Can we see... Oh. There we go, look at that. There we go. I always forget about that effect, or that option, to show a cutaway so you can see the interior of your craft. Alright, we're almost there, so let's pull this up and see when it tells us we're close enough. I think we are. It's flashing on here. I think that means we're there. Parking brake on. Alright, and Elric, get out! EVA unavailable. Why is... Oh, because we're in... There we go. Alright, Elric. Let's see if this is the right spot. Take an EVA report on the surface at area CCJ-V. And there it is. Oh, and there are more. So yeah, that's the first one. And yeah, from Minimus Greater Flats, we haven't done an EVA report. That's pretty great. Let's keep that experiment. Let's get on board the rover and transmit that home. Let's see how much battery we've got left first. We're definitely going to want to recharge the batteries though, so we're going to be letting daylight come. There we go. And yeah, we're pretty good on the batteries, but let's view stored data. EVA report from Minimus Greater Flats. You order the engineers to start building a wicked fast rover to race on the flats at once. We have one, but I've been waiting for King Kong because his Kerbal is supposed to do some stunt driving. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but... And Aurea Axolotl. Space. Nice. That's a cool name. As a Minecraft player, of course, I'm obligated to like the axolotls. Welcome to the stream. And let's see. Did we transmit the data? Oh, the antenna's broken. Let's warp to sunrise so that we can see what we're doing. and for a better viewing experience for you, the viewers, and so that we can recharge our solar panels. And Elric, you're going to need to repair this. So yeah, get out again. Get out. Elric is one of our viewers, redeemed a rescued Kerbal, so we named a Kerbal for him. Waddle like a penguin to get there gently. There we go. And let's grab a repair kit and fix the antenna. There we go. It's fixed. Oh, there we go. And back aboard, and now we can transmit the science home, and we have full batteries. $40 more science points for us. We're up to 231. That's almost enough for our next tech if we decide on the 300 level node. Let's see, but we have another spot we need to go to, so let's... there it is. Yeah, take an EVA report on the surface at area CCJV Beta. Alright, that is to the southwest, so let's go. Parking brake off. Yeah, we're on a nice flat surface, so we can go a little bit fast, but we don't want to go too fast because when we get there, we do want to be able to slow down. Would be nice to stop at our destination. And while we drive there, it's a good opportunity for me to hydrate myself and boozinate myself as well. Shipwreck's not here to watch the timer for the boozinate. He's probably watching Minecraft Championships that are playing on his new SMP. I played on it for about an hour. I found a woodland mansion. I'm debating whether or not to make it my base or make a volcano island. There we go. Nia, welcome! Stack your hats, Nia's here. Go follow her on Twitch. How are you doing, Nia? You've been playing on the Community First SMP? We're taking Elric the Troll King and Lady Elric to do some scientific observations on Minmus. We flew by a comet earlier. You have a jungle mountain house. Very cool. I found a woodland mansion, and I'm debating, should I make it my base? Because I've never done that. Or should I make like a cave in a mountain, and that mountain would probably end up being a volcano. Alright. We are getting close. Go ahead and speed the game up. Coast so that we don't go too fast. Can't zoom any more than that. But Nia in the jungle, it's unheard of. Wait, no, it's the swamp that I was thinking of is unheard of. Very cool. Getting close. Let's see. So, yeah. So that there, it's probably right about here is what we're looking at. And even though I'm not accelerating, or I am accelerating, even though that I'm not pushing the W key. So let's hit the brakes just a bit. Try not to spin out too much. We are going to hit the spot, arrive at the spot rather, any second. Yep, there it's flashing. Let's just hit the parking brake. E-brake time. Beautiful. All right, Elric, you're up again. And this time I don't think we'll get actual scientific data out of this will just be satisfying the conditions of this contract. The EVA report. Yes. Yeah, we already saw that. So, all right, and we've got spot Gamma, which is the southeast. All right, back aboard. There we go. Break off, and let's travel southeast. I think there are 4 of these. I think. Have you faced down the Warden yet, Nia, in any world? Currently obsessed with facing down the Warden. Next time I do it, it's going to be a fist fight. Slappers only. Oh, you did on the hardcore SMP. Nice. Did you survive it? Or was that the end of your playing on the hardcore SMP? So this spot is right about there. And we're at double time for the game simulation speed. Woo. We're fishtailing just a bit, but we are still in control. There we go. You survived the ancient city, and the only loot you got was a lousy skelly skull. No sneaky pants, huh? That's unfortunate. Phone's not supposed to give me, my camera phone is not supposed to give me any notifications, but it's definitely giving me some buzzes. Woo. Fishtailing. Keep it under control. Yeah, we're going real fast. Slow it down just a bit. Gently hit the brakes. Just tap on the brakes. Pump the brakes. Get it down below about 10 meters per second, I think. Should be good. Yeah, I wish we could see this navigation from here instead of just on the nav ball. And then get, you know, a range on it. Oh, we're there. Hit the brakes. Spin. That's a good trick. All right. You're up again, Elric. All right. On the surface, we do an EVA report. And, yep, it's the same, so we don't get any new science out of that, which is okay. Back aboard Elric, and I think there's only one more to go, and it is just east of south. Brakes off, and let's go. Nice of you to make yourself useful, Elric. We have another Eric. This is Elric. Let's triple time this. Or let's just double time it. There we go. I got a little bit sketchy there. Tripling the game speed. Doubling it is bad enough. Looks like this spot that we're looking for is right about there. So these have been pretty equidistant, so that's good. And we're sliding just a little bit. Let's get back on track. Right towards that boots icon. The moon boots. There we go. And we are getting close. So it's time to start thinking about slowing down. Down below 10 meters per second again. It's a pretty safe speed for slamming on the brakes and doing donuts. As soon as it starts flashing, we're gonna hit that brake. There it is. All right, Elric, you're up. This is probably the last one, but there might be one more after this, but I think that there are 4. All right. EVA report. There is another one. We gotta do one more. And it is due south. Brakes off so that we can actually, you know, move. I think I turned the wrong way. I should have turned to the left, but right will do. I'm not an ambi-turner. I can't turn left. Yep, due south. Look at that. Right near the foothill of that hill right there, the base of that hill. Thing is really wanting to pull to the right for some reason. Alright, this shouldn't take too long to get there. About the same as the other 4 stops. And there better not be a 6th one. I'll draw the line. Whoa! Get it under control, Dan. Get it under control. Or Elric, rather. You're driving. Too much boozinate while driving. That's what that is. Well, the only one who was boozinating me today was Luli, and she had to go to bed. I'll do a boozinate. A free one. Delicious. Alright, almost there. Look, redeeming the hydrate. Thank you, Elric. the last of the watermelon and mint infused water in that cup. That glass, rather. And a Boozenade. Alright. I'll finish this off. This will be the last Boozenade of the stream. Thank you, Elric. You're looking out for me. Also, we have arrived. Excellent. Let's hit the parking brake there. All right. Just a second here. There we go. Perfect. And Elric, hopefully this is really the last one for you. But you've been fantastic taking these EVA reports for us. You're making the space agency proud. That is the last one. Hooray! EVA report from Minimus Greater Flats. You feel a bit like a superhero when you jump in the low gravity. We've already gotten that one though, so no new science. And there's the superhero jump. Alright, back aboard. Mission accomplished. Well done, Elric the Troll King and Lady Elric. And... okay, yep, let's see. Contract parameter complete. Area Alpha, Beta, and each one of these is giving us 11,000 Spaceos and 2 science points, so that's nice. Delta, Epsilon, and yep, and then 55,000 more Spaceos for good measure. Very cool. We're just rolling in it now. Yep, 3.25 million Spaceos still, and we've got 240 almost science points. So let's see what else we have to do. We need to dock the pork rescue vehicle to the station, so let's do that. Let's go to the tracking station and switch to it from there. Here we go. There it is. And in case you were wondering, Nia Manchi Kerman is alive and well. Alright, here we go. So we need to make an encounter with Arcadia Station. So let's warp to here. And then burn prograde. We've done this dozens of times, so this is very familiar at this point. We want to watch this come around and meet this, which it is not wanting to do. There we go. 300 kilometers, 200, 100. Fine-tune it with the RCS controls. That's as close as we're getting from here. There we go, that'll do. RCS off, and that's coming up in 1 hour, so let's warp to here. We've got a couple of Kerbals to bring home with this. Let's look relative to our target, retrograde. And there's Issa in Issa's scrap right there. We're 120 kilometers from the station. Let's time warp a little bit more. There's the station down there. 50 kilometers away. I wonder if we can see the comet in the sky from here. In the sky. Alright, we're 30 kilometers away. And 20. Let's go ahead and start slowing down. Let's not underestimate or overestimate these small, efficient engines this time. Alright, 100 meters per second. That's pretty good. Let's see, where is that comet? Can we see it from here? No, it's on the other side of Kerbal. Dang it. Yeah, it's over that way. We can't see it through the planet, unfortunately. Alright, let's get closer. 10 kilometers away. 5. Alright, let's slow down and also tighten the approach. Less than 100 meters, that's pretty good. Little lag spike as the station loads up. There we go. Let's get right even with these the hub spokes. There we go, and let's open this docking port and control from here and activate the camera as well. And let's point this right towards our docking port. Where is that station? There it is. And let's dock right there. RCS on. They're going to go home in that ship right there that we launched earlier in the stream. Whoa! We're wobbling all over the place here. There we go. Lining it up. Just like that. Like I said, we've done this dozens of times, so this is pretty much standard routine by now. Here's our final approach. There we go. And we are docked. Fantastic. Alright, who have we got? Bowsy, Alpin, Danbear Derp, Optimus Prime, Eric Uspensky, Philip Brewer, Raider, Pee-wee Kerman, that's one of our rescue contracts, Manchi Kerman, there's your Manchi, Nia, and there's Issa Kerman as well. So Issa, we need to recover her and her scrap. So we had an issue with that last time where we could not deploy the parachutes. So yeah, we're gonna do things a little bit differently this next time. I'm gonna have to come up with a different plan, but for now, at least Pee-wee can come home. So let's go ahead and transfer him here. We're not going to bring him home yet. We're going to recover a couple others as well. and bring them all home together. But let's see, where are you, Pee-wee Kerman? That's another one of Satan's redeems. All right, transfer crew. Transfer Pee-wee to this crew pod. And let's transfer Issa as well. Let's not bring her down on this pod. Let's complete these parts separately so that even if we do lose this pod, we don't lose Issa as well. Let's see, transfer crew. And when we get one more that needs to come home, we will put them all on there and then bring them all together. So let's take a look at our upcoming alarms. So we've got our correction burn for the Dres Probe 3 and for the Eve Probe 2. So we probably can do both of those right now. Then our Dres Probe 1 next correction burn is coming up in 40 days. So we need to let a couple of weeks pass before our next launch. So I'm thinking maybe when this is at 20 days or so. So we'll let 20 more days pass before we do our next launch. But let's go ahead and do... And our next launch, I think, will be to refuel this thing because that is empty. We need to send a bigger fuel tank. So next week, we will send a extra big fuel tank to this station and see if we can recover the Warden and the Kerbinator from the surface of Minmus. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and switch to the Dres Probe 3 and do its correction burn. Then we'll do the other one. And here it is. And yeah, our maneuver node is in 3 days and 4 hours. Go ahead and delete the alarm. We have a good connection to Kerbin. Excellent. And yeah, we have an 862 meter per second burn coming up in 3 days. So let's warp to here. And we have 4 hours and 5 minutes remaining. Keep warping closer and closer. And it's a 3-minute, 34-second burn, so about 1 minute and 45 seconds before it comes up. We'll go ahead and go full throttle. Alright, let's point towards the maneuver marker on the nav ball. And we just have one weak reaction control wheel on this thing for attitude control, so went ahead and sped the game up to double time for that. Alright, and we're 14 minutes away. Let's do a gentle time warp. 10. 5. Alright, 2 minutes away. So at about 1 minute and 45 seconds, we're going to ignite the engines full throttle. Ignition in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Let's see while we burn if we can spot the comet in the sky. Out that way, so I think we can. Just fun. There's Kerbin. I'm not spotting the comet, unfortunately. Angle are we looking for? Okay. That's a little bit above, too. Could be around this part of the sky, but I don't see it. That's too bad. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up the game. Quadruple time here. Between streams, I'm going to set up the next alarms for transfer windows for launches to other planets because it's we've been doing some launches, so it's time to set up the next round, and we want to do as many launches as possible when the ideal launch window comes up. Pretty soon we're going to start doing some ore prospecting, scanning from orbit on other planets and other moons, so that we can send fuel depots. We don't have the technology for the refinement yet, I don't think, but we will soon. As these things arrive at other planets, the science points are going to come in very fast, and before we know it, we will be finishing off the tech tree. There we go. Perfect maneuver. Let's delete that. And what have we got? Let's clean up this this display a bit. There we go. Okay, yes, excellent. In 2.5 years, we will be encountering Dres. So, let's see. Dres periapsis, 14 million meters. Yeah, let's add an alarm for Sphere of Influence change. And this is Dres Probe 3. As an encounter, and let's give ourselves 10 days advance notice so that we can do a little bit of fine-tuning before we're really close, while it's still a little bit efficient with these engines. Even though we do have nearly 6 kilometers per second of delta V to play with, still that'll be good. Add alarm, and yep, we have a lot of other stuff happening first. Let's switch to our Eve Probe 2 and do its correction burn, and then find someone to raid. And yeah, I think what we want...
And the crowd goes wild.
Yay! Thank you, Elric. What kind of alarm was this? Sphere of Influence change. Interesting. This is claiming to be... Edit... Okay, 20 days before... Okay, yeah, 20 days before we enter Eve's orbit. That's what this is for. Alright, let's go ahead and delete the alarm. And close that. And what we want to do is change our periapsis when we enter Eve. So let's look at our craft again. So we've got 3.5 kilometers per second delta V left in this stage. So that's plenty. And then what we want to do is detach this and not do like what we did at Duna and accidentally give it enough of a kick that it doesn't get to enter the atmosphere. We want this to enter the atmosphere. So what we want is to split these up so that this orbits and this lands. And the chances of this surviving a landing are slim. It's a bonus objective, but we're going to try it. We're going to see what we get. So, yep. All right, let's go back to the map. Let's focus on Eve. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So we can pin Eve periapsis. That's what we want. And an inclined encounter is actually really good here. So let's now focus here. Okay, good. That's still pinned. And let's add a maneuver. There we go. And let's see what we can nudge to bring the Eve periapsis down. That's not doing it. I think that is doing it. Do we have the right periapsis pinned? No, we do not. There we go. Good, because I was surprised that that would not do anything. That absolutely should have been changing our periapsis, as we can see. All right, 3 million meters. 2. I'm not sure exactly where Eve's atmosphere begins. But we do want to get kind of close here. Thinking... That's that's a bit much. Okay, there we go. 266 meters per second burn. That's coming up in 1.5 hours. Let's go ahead and just warp right to that burn. And let's do the burn. That's manual warp. That's fine. This one, we don't have to be right on it to do this. There we go. And let's do this burn, and that will be the end of the stream. While we do the burn, I will look to see who is online that we can raid. Overshooting that just a bit. There we go. Yeah, let's do that in real time. Give me a chance to look at Twitch. And let's see, I think we should raid Kaley Obsidia, who is the one for whom we had a memorial service for her Kerbal today. And she is currently doing the Frilioth UHC, which she does every Saturday, which is why she couldn't attend her own funeral. Did that add one anyway? Okay, yeah, it did. For this maneuver node. Okay, that's fine. Alright, just about done with this maneuver. And in fact, let's delete that and then watch what our periapsis is doing in real time. 2 million meters. 1.5 million. 1 million. 500,000. 100 kilometers. Let's go. Let's go like that, and let's just double check the planet wiki right here. It might tell us for Eve. Sphere of influence, space high, atmospheric height is 90 kilometers. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. We actually probably want to be a little bit higher than that. So let's... We're going to want to slow down. Let's point radial out and just do a quick nudge and see that should... Yeah, there we go. Just outside of Eve's atmosphere. That's perfect. So let's add another alarm for our actual sphere of influence change. Eve probe 2. Eve encounter. And let's give ourselves 1 day of advance notice. And that's perfect. So yeah, we'll be seeing Eve next stream. All right, thanks guys. That was a lot of fun. Let's raid Kaley. And today the raid message is going to be RIP Kaley. And yeah, so I'll see you guys on Monday. I'm going to fight some more withers on the first SMP and continue clearing the bastion where I'm building my froglight farm. And then on Wednesday, we will continue our overload campaign, and then we'll be back next week for our attempted landing on Eve. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna start the raid, and I will see you guys next time. Should have clicked that 5 seconds earlier than I did. All right, here we go. Goodbye!